Hello everyone and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Game of Thrones, a card game 2nd edition video for you. This time we're in round 4 of the Pennsylvania Regionals 2016. On the left we have Chris, on the right we have James. Chris is playing Lannister, Banner of the Wolf. James is playing House Targaryen, Banner of the Lion. We're at Mr. Nice Guy Games in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. And we see the Targaryen player already has Miri set up, which is pretty crazy, and a Targaryen loyalist. The Lannister player has Tyrion, the Hound, and a Western Fiefdoms. So he's got the little Hound bounce combo going, with Tyrion providing money to get the Hound jumping in and out, which is always a good start, I believe. So just waiting for them to select their plots here for the first round. And while we're doing that, go hit that subscribe button on the page there. Help support the channel. It's free. You'll be notified when videos go up and when we go live on our live streams. And if you want to donate to the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. If you'd like to support my work for as little as $1 a month, that's not a lot. And if you don't want to, that's cool too. Continue to watch the videos for free. Alright. Mr. James Booker here is really thinking that plot through. He's thinking 20 rounds ahead. Staring at his hand, not sure where to start. Whenever I get Mirian set up, I always get a little scared. She doesn't have a military icon. That loyalist doesn't have a military icon. And depending on how much economy you get and what cards you have in hand, you may not be able to put out too many military icons, which could leave you open for a targeted put to the sword on Miri, which I've felt that a few times. So it's always not fun to start the game with barely any military icons. Leaves you very weak to that. So they do flip Trading with Matoshi on the Targaryen side and Noble Cause on the Lannister side. So we're going to have lots of economy here to play with at the beginning to put out some bomb characters or lots of quality characters. Maybe lots of chuds, some locations, but the board should get pretty full here. So Targaryen player's going first. And he plays a Valyrio's Estate, and he's reducing a Targaryen card by 2. It's going to be Khal Drogo to go. Here we are. So if he can get another mill icon out here with Miri, he can keep the pressure going, especially going first. Now the Lannister player's got to worry about having enough for claim and enough to defend that Miri. So we'll see what he marshals here, but we're still going on the Targaryen side. And he gets Syrio Florel, who can give anyone a military icon, so that definitely works great with Khal Drogo. You can give Khal Drogo a military icon in stealth, and have 2 stealth military characters out there to help you win those 2 military challenges. And we got Viserys Targaryen, who's going to help remove attachments if we get a milk play here. But he won't be able to do it till he leaves play.
1, 2, 3, 4,
so we got a dupe on Tyrion, and Tywin with a dupe. So the Lannister player is okay to weather the storm, it looks like, at the beginning here.
2.
And he gets Arya out there, who also gets an automatic dupe. So he's got his 3 best characters on the board, I believe. I know the Hound's great, but his other 3 best characters all have duplicates on them, so they are protected from Miri, and maybe, depends on what he claims for the military claim, if it's done with 2 Khal Drogo, like 2 military challenges from Khal Drogo. Could clear away some dupes and leave him open for some Miri damage, but Tywin out there does help defend against Miri, and Miri does have to win to be able to do that. So Miri just got a military icon in stealth from Syrio. 1 gold left on the Lannister's plot card there. No gold left for the Targaryens, I believe. And we could have gold generation from Tyrion. He is on the board.
Intrigue, stealth, Tywin.
So we got an intrigue stealthing Tywin with Miri here.
Intrigue, stealthing Tywin.
Tyrion does gain that gold. No defenders.
Reactions winning.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, reaction.
So it is unopposed. No reactions.
Claim.
Claim. Try to do it.
And we got the interrupt on claim and a treachery played to cancel it.
Sure. Alright, claim.
Do I want to do any of this first? No, it's fine.
And let's see what's grabbed for claim. Copy of Ward, leaving 2 cards left, I believe, in the hand of the Lannister player. He has quite the juicy board out right now. Always great to start the game with your main characters having duplicates on them. Feel a little safer, they'll stay around a little longer, you'll get a little more out of your investments. Now, there's 2 gold on that Lannister's block card, so if James goes too aggressive here, he can leave himself open for a put to the sword.
Coming at me for, what's that total of 8?
So we got a military challenge of 8.
Pounds.
I believe stealth Tywin.
I'll lose the challenge.
Hound defends.
Reactions. Yeah.
The Winterfell Steward dies for claim. And it looks like Drogo gains renown. I don't know why he committed that many guys in there to win that military that bad, just to get a renown and claim a reducer, but
Sorry, should I get the board real quick?
he's left himself quite open right now. So we got an intrigue with Tyrion starting, gaining 2 more gold, giving
Stealth.
Tywin a little bit more
Just
strength
stealth,
buff.
yeah, sorry, so let's say Viserys. Sure.
So we got an unopposed intrigue here. And a copy of the Rose Road is claimed from the hand of the Targaryen player.
Military for 10.
And here's that mill I was fearing. Tywin's at 10. No defenders. He's got gold for a put to the sword.
Yeah, no blocks.
No reactions to anyone.
Oh, no reactions though.
Claim.
We got claim renown and an unopposed power, so that's not too bad. But no target kill on Miri, as I assumed was going to happen there. And we got a Targaryen loyalist being claimed.
Power, stealthing, Viserys.
And here comes Arya.
Sure.
Arya. I'm getting confused. The new Ari card.
Claim.
Arya.
Don't challenge.
Both the same person. She stealths Viserys for an unopposed power. And we got Dom going the Lannister player.
And taxation.
And the Lanny Wolf deck has shot out to a 6-1 lead here. We got 1 power on Khal Drogo. That Lannister player marshalling all those duplicates that really, and some of those big mill characters. And the stealth too on Arya. Definitely shut down the aggressive possibilities there from the Targaryen player. I'm not sure if he did that right though. I mean, I would have maybe done a Sirio challenge stealthing, see what happened there, and then maybe threw Khal Drogo in on his own military challenge. But still would have been blocked. I mean, he could have blocked that stuff, so. Or maybe I would have probably just played defensively, actually, worried about that put to the sword possibility from the Lannister player. And I know you guys have seen this. James Booker is playing on the right here online. You can tell by his Donald Trump playmat there. He's the one that's been in the pictures promoting Trump. You'll see him at tournaments with Trump stickers on his deck boxes and Trump baseball caps and stuff. So yeah, feel free to leave your comments below to let him know that Trump's crazy and so is he. That'd be much appreciated. Feel free to troll James all day, every day. So noble cause on the Targaryen side into counting coppers on the Lannister side. So he's going to draw some cards. Are we going to see Daenerys Targaryen marshaled on the Targaryen side? So looks like we got the Targaryens going first again. And it is Daenerys with the reduction from noble cause, the Illyrio's estate. And she is on the board with Khal Drogo and Miri. I like the Dany and Miri combo. Dany reducing strength of your opponents across the board. Helps Miri get through on her challenges more often. And we got a copy of Bran marshaled on the Laney Wolf side. And a Milk of the Poppy on Miri Mazdur.
One into the next phase. Go ahead.
Cards in hand.
5.
So let's see what the Targaryen player does this round going first. If he goes a little crazy again and kneels out most of his board and leaves himself exposed, could let the Lannister player run up another 6 power again and be 3 away from winning. But we'll see what happens here. Hopefully James doesn't make the same mistake. And on the day, actually, in this tournament, throughout the joust, I only lost 1 game. And it was against James on the right in his Targaryen Lion deck. He just got the Khal Drogo right off the bat with military icons. And I believe I did start with Mirian. He just ran the militaries down my throat and destroyed my board and continued to just dominate. It doesn't look like he's getting the same jump on his opponent here.
Let's go. How much power do you have?
This is a stack of 5.
5.
So James did a military challenge. Arya blocked it with the Widow's Wail. But James looks like he's just deciding if he wants to do another challenge or not.
Daenerys. Military icon stealth.
I'm not sure if Arya could have blocked, though, if it was a full stuff. Widow's Wail gives her +2, but she has 2 strength, so would she not be -1 from Dany?
Yeah, but Arya's power -1, I guess.
Sorry?
Yeah, James
Arya's
just
power
realizing
-1
that now.
for
That
on the challenge or whatever. Yeah, right.
You're right. I'm sorry. I will go ahead and fulfill claim. It's fine.
yeah, so they realize that now. So claim's going to happen. It's a dupe from Arya.
Yeah, right.
So she's now lost her military icon. Both players forgetting Daenerys is standing there, so all characters on the opponent's side are -1 strength while they're participating in challenges. Looks like he's debating Neil and Dany here for her own challenges, which is going to turn that ability right
Power
off.
challenge, stealthing, Tywin.
String 5. No, actually.
Looks like Dany got the military and Syrio trigger,
I'm actually going to let
and
go.
I think there's a power challenge here, stealthing Tywin. And it is. So it goes unopposed and claim. And we'll get a draw for insight.
Alright. Do another military challenge.
So we got a second military here with Khal Drogo. 5 strength.
Difference right now.
We got Hound out there who could block it. Tywin who could block
Go ahead
it.
and block both of these. Sure.
Looks like both are going to go in and block it.
Okay.
And the Hound's going to go back to hand. Tywin's going to gain renown. So I think that's what James wants there. Even if you're just doing these challenges, you just want your opponent to commit somebody to the challenge. So you have less to deal with when your opponent comes back at you. Which there he overcommitted.
No,
So.
it does make a difference because when she's kneeling, the effect isn't.
Yeah, and the
did
opponent
remember
just
that,
realized
and I
that Dany
remembered it
was
when
kneeling,
she
so there was no -1 strength. That's why he overcommitted.
Intrigue
He thought
still
they were both 5 strength,
Right,
which is,
reaction.
he thought he put in 10, but it actually was 12.
All right, I'll take.
Gotta remember that, Daenerys.
Yeah, good one.
This one right here.
Copy of Dracarys on the intrigue claim from Tyrion.
I'll take it. I'll spend 2.
And we got a Burnman ambushing in here. 2 gold that he gained from Tyrion.
How good is killing Viserys? Military.
And he's going to do that military, which Viserys will probably be killed. Remove that milk off of Miri. I'm not sure if this is the right play here. But Viserys, you can't just keep not doing militaries, I guess. But to get Miri unleashed right away, maybe he's sitting on treachery or he doesn't care with all the dupes. But yep, that milk will be removed from Miri from Viserys' interrupt.
Let's see. So if I do power, I have 0 gold, you have 1, you win dominance regardless. So I will pass. You win dominance.
We got a pass here. Targ wins dominance, putting them at 4 power. And the Lannister player, I believe, I think he's putting those in stacks of 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 power to 4.
So I could have blocked Daenerys with just the Hound, and then had Tywin. I don't know how much that matters. I guess I could have won one more challenge, one power challenge. Yeah,
That was silly.
Yeah, you hear Chris here realizing his mistakes on not realizing the Hound and Tywin's true strengths.
I will be first player. I'll choose to trigger my plot first.
So we got March to the Wall into
Start Arya.
calling the banners. March player obviously goes first, chooses his plot to go off first to reduce the
Would as well.
amount of characters on his board, so Commodore Westeros doesn't gain, or sorry, calling the banners doesn't gain as much money for him. Still gets him 4 though, which is pretty good.
Drop these.
And after that march, we still have Miri,
Counting 6.
Dany, and Khal Drogo with a dupe on the board for the Targs, and we have Tywin now with 3 copies of Tywin on the board: a Birdman, Dupe Tyrion, Bran, and the Hound. So Arya was chosen to be March to the Wall. Gets that Widow's Wail back in hand for reuse. I think that's a smart play. And if he sees another copy of Arya, he can put her back in play and get a duplicate on her with her reaction. It looks like we got a copy of Rattleshirt Raiders on the end there, marshaled in, help get rid of attachments.
3 gold.
Also help add some extra military strength to military challenges when you need to try to block those put to the swords or get your own going.
Yeah, so
She
I'll
does,
plan
she does
as
not get it on
Yeah.
defense. Yeah. Yeah, because it's claim reduction or interruption.
So Lannister player going first this turn, changed from the first 2 rounds. And over to the Targaryens for marshalling here. He gets a dupe on Dany. Yeah, I guess that military challenge last round made sense when you're going to play March to the Wall next. So that he could march someone of quality between Dany, Drogo, Miri, and Syrio. Got rid of Syrio, which is always good when Khal Drogo's on the board. So I take it back. I guess that was a smarter play. And he does have Tywin on the board with dupes to block Miri if needed. And without having Syrio out there, Miri's not going to get her military icon in stealth. So actually, Chris, that was a smart play. Doing that military challenge last round. I take that back. James deciding how he wants to spend his mountain of gold here. Probably sitting there with some banner cards in hand, which is why he's debating kneeling his Targaryen reducers and how much gold to spend. What happens in banner decks? Yep, he's got a line card, can't reduce it. Deciding if he wants to spend all the gold on it. Looks like now he's going to possibly play a Targaryen card. Nope, he's changed his mind again. I bet it's him deciding if he wants to save some gold to have the Hound do the bounce. But with no Tyrion, Hound's going to have trouble bouncing off gold generated in the challenge phase, unlike his opponent right now has with his Tyrion on the board. So that's why he has to save that gold now to do it, versus just wait for challenges.
It's so tough, so tough.
We got a Targaryen card for 3 coming out. It's a copy of Drogon,
Down for Daenerys.
and Daenerys has
Little
Renown.
military icon.
Go ahead.
All right. No actions pre-challenges. Actions pre-challenges. No.
None.
Intrigue.
So we got the intrigue starting. Dany gets the stealth. Tyrion's at 3 strength, some gold generated from Tyrion. Are we going to see Dracarys here burn Tyrion to the ground? He's got a dragon out there, plus Dany, who can kneel. He's got the gold to spend on it. He's only got 2 cards in hand. I don't know if one's a Dracarys. We've already seen one get discarded on intrigue claim. But when the laning player starts with that intrigue challenge with Tyrion, gets rid of that gold, or gets that gold generated, you got to worry about that put to the sword coming after. And he's not going to declare no defenders. There's a copy of Tyrion. That's too bad. That's one of the decisions he was trying to make, what to put into play from his hand. I think he should have spent the money and put Tyrion into play. And just see what gold he could generate, maybe get the Hound bounced in. That's just me. And I think that's it for the landing player. He's passed challenges over the Targ player. He's got to play defensive. Miri's staring him down. And don't think he wants to go too aggressive. He probably doesn't have a put to the sword. Or doesn't have the math there to get it over. You do have Dany standing right now, so it is -1 strength on all the characters who would be participating. We'll make Tywin a 7, the Burnman a 1, the Hound a 5, the Rouse Shirts a 2. And he's still got Drogo and Drogon and his own Hound he could just put in to block, so he most likely wouldn't get that put off, and then he'd have to eat a Miri back. Oh, and I forgot Bran is on the table, so that Dracarys play would get nixed by Bran being sacrificed anyway. Bran's always great against the Targ deck, so you can feel a little safer against Dracarys. James running through his challenges here in his head. He has basically 4 he can do, since he has Khal Drogo and can do 2 militaries. He's got to do them in the right order, because you want to take advantage of knowing that your opponent probably is not going to leave himself open for Miri, so they'll leave stuff standing and not block your other challenges to leave stuff to block Miri. Or you can throw Miri in first and force those guys to block, and then start running your challenges through after your other challenges. You just got to decide which challenge you want to do with Miri first, based on the icon spread. And with Tyrion generating gold, if you do intrigue early, that'll get enough gold for him to do the Hound bounce once. And he's going to use Dany right off the bat, which, no, maybe not. I like leaving Dany standing for a while just so she can -1 strength in all the challenges. Yeah, he's got to do the Miri and Hound combo here. Power challenge. Leave Dany standing. She's going to -1 strength across the board. That's 11.
Okay, I'll defend for 6, 7, 8, 14, -2 is 12.
So we got a 12 block here on the power challenge. So Hound and Miri get stuffed.
Back
No
to
Widow's
hand.
Wail sneakiness.
Renown.
And Tywin gets Renown out of it. Hound bounces back to hand. And here we go, military of 4.
Military challenge?
Danny's still standing, so the Birdman's a 1 and the Rattle Shirts is a 2. The Birdmen will block the unopposed and claim the Birdmen.
I'll do a...
So we got a second military here with Khal Drogo for 5.
5.
Rattle Shirts could block the unopposed with 2. And this is what James needs to do. He needs to whittle away those dupes, those little characters. And we got a Birdman jumping in for the 2 gold, which is great. You want to see him use that 2 gold, so then when you do your intrigue and he generates it, you don't have to worry about the Hound bouncing back in. Unless you're trying to bait the Hound coming in for a Wildfire next turn. So we got an intrigue challenge here. Tyrion triggers, gains his 2 gold.
Unopposed.
No defenders. Let's see what he claims here. He gets that copy of Widow's Wail. That's a great pull. And Danny gets Renown, and let's see if he remembers the insight.
1 second. You have 3, yeah, you have 4.
I have 4,
4,
5,
5,
6.
6.
I don't think he remembered his insight there. Unless I missed it, but yeah, that's too bad. He remembered the Renown gained from Drogon. I don't think he drew for insight. It looks like he only has 1 card left in hand, and that's what he had when after the intrigue challenge. That's too bad. So Lannister player knows his plot order. He's dropping his plots without very little thought. He just knows what's needed. But James really thinking it through here. He's got to play a little more careful.
I know, right? I lose all my gold, too. Let's see. What are we house doing? We have 11 power.
So yeah, Lannister's at 11 power right now.
It's my power. Can't steal it.
Try.
Looks like the Targs are at 7. So still not that far apart, but Lannister player could close it out if he gets to go second possibly. And
Alright. Just...
all right, we got a march to the wall on the Targaryens side and a column over Westeros
I'll name military.
on the Lannister side, and he names military on the column over Westeros. And we got the Rattle Shirts marched and the copy of Drogon marched.
Alright, ready?
Yeah, draw face.
It's like Targaryen players possibly going first. I don't know. They're both collecting their gold here. I'm not sure which one. Targaryen player 1 initiative, that's for sure. But yeah, I guess he's going first. Shows himself to go first again. Keep that pressure on. He's got to be careful. If he keeps leaving himself open and that pressure doesn't destroy his opponent, leaving him barely able to do challenges back, then that laning player can keep shooting up there and possibly close it out. So we got a Lannisport merchant marshaled in. And that's going to be it. Wow.
7. 1, 2, 3. Out.
There's that Hound marshaled back out again.
I will camp 5.
5 gold. Unreal.
5
So
gold.
sitting on 5 for the Lannister player. I believe sitting on 3 for the Targaryen player. And here we go. I think we got the Miri power combo coming in here for 11.
I do a power challenge for these 2.
And will Chris do the same thing and block with
How much gold do you have? 3?
Tywin and Hound maybe?
That's important. That challenge will be unopposed.
So he's probably sitting on treachery here. He's declared no defenders. So forced reaction's got to go off here.
Force reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not super worried about the order.
Reaction. Yeah, I will get Bran.
So there's the treachery.
So you steal power from me. Hound's getting back your hand, obviously.
And regular claim goes off instead, since claim couldn't be replaced and it was canceled.
That's right.
And then you get a power. Did you take it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, he's left himself real open here. That treachery allowing him, the Lannister player, just to go unopposed, leaves his character standing. And if the target player can't close out, that could leave the Lannister player. He's got Tyrion out there with stealth. He's got Hound. He's got Tywin with renown. Could definitely get through some unopposed challenges and gain some renown and shoot up for the win here.
All right, man. It's on you.
So James, the Targaryen player, passes it over to Chris for challenges.
Intrigue.
So we got an intrigue. Daenerys is the target for stealth, gaining 2 from Tyrion, gold-wise. No defenders declared.
Claim.
Let's see what card he grabs. He grabs a copy of
Oh, that's the.
Funeral Pyre. If a Lord or Lady dies, you can draw 3 cards after you kneel your faction card, I believe.
I'll do military for 5.
So we got a mill with the Hound. 5 strength because Dany's standing. And the unopposed will be blocked by Khal Drogo.
5. Force reaction.
He's going to claim a dupe off Daenerys. Very slowly thinking that through. Oh, he's going to claim a Lannisport merchant. He's fearing that put to the sword. And we got the Hound Marshal back in, or Ambush back in actually for 4 gold.
Let's do power 8 minus 1, so 7.
And we got a power challenge of 7 with Tywin.
Okay.
So Daenerys will block the unopposed.
5. Is opposed. We'll take claim and renown. 7, 9 for Dom.
Sorry, 14.
And the Lanny Wolf player is 1 away from winning. He's at 14 power for taking dominance there.
Whenever I get to 14, I was like, is there a way I could have won that turn?
So it didn't end this round like I thought it would. James decided to pass up and play a little more defensive, block those unopposed challenges, which was smart. Especially with Commodore Westeros out there, blocking that military claim is pointless, I guess, to push the militaries through. So we have Call on the Banners played on the Lannister side, into Wildfire played on the Targaryen side.
We have initiative.
Yeah, I'll do the first.
We'll be first player.
So James decides to go first. Targaryen player and trigger Wildfire first. It's going to kill the Hound.
I'll take my 3.
He's afraid of that Dracarys, keeps Bran on the table. Gets 3 gold off his Call on the Banners for the Dany, Drogo, and Miri being out there. Now, James, the Targaryen player, has to be careful here. You got a renown sitting across the board from you. So on defense, it could be 1 here and close it out with that final power. So you gotta have a way of stealthing Tywin or keeping him out of the challenge or just winning against him. Otherwise, you can close it out here on defense. James looking through his discard pile, probably trying to count how many Dracarys he's seen or not. Whether he wants to marshal certain cards and then try to get some insight maybe off Dany and draw it through his deck and see the odds of getting certain cards. And there's the Hound Marshal back in. And a copy of Viserion, giving Daenerys stealth.
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 5, 6.
And a copy of the Mountain is out in play, and a dupe on Bran. Leaving, I think, 2 gold on the Lannister side there, 1 gold on the Targaryen side. So now there's 2 giant renowned characters across the board from you. As the Targaryen player, you got to be careful what you do. Could be defended and just win the game here on defensive renown. Remember, the Lannister player is only 1 power away from winning. Targaryen player is at 8. Probably a little too far away to close it out here. But can he stop the Lannister player from winning by just passing and going defensively?
This is dead.
So James, the Targaryen player, looking through the discard pile of his opponent. Maybe trying to see the odds of what cards could be in his hand still, how many copies he has left of certain cards. Yeah, Chris just says, counting my treacheries. Wants to know if that Miri can go off. If he can get that Miri through and kill someone, it could change this here. And James says he's looking for Widow's Wails, but who knows? James definitely in the position. He's got to play a little more risky here. I don't know if he can play defensively safe. Tywin is 8 strength without Dany in counted here. He's at 8 strength plus the Mountain's 10. So that's 18. If they're both minus, that's a 16 military.
Okay.
Can't be stopped, I don't think, right now. No, can't be stopped by the Targaryen player on defense. So he's got to do something offensively here, or he's just going to eat a military challenge on the chin and lose with renown.
Alright.
And here's that Hound and Miri power.
Can't stop it, right? 8, 12, minus 2 is 10.
Yeah, so this time it can actually get through, I think, if there's no Widow's Wail, which is why he was looking for it.
Can't stop it, so I'm not going to.
So unopposed by the Lanny player. And the Mountain gets a targeted kill from Miri. No treachery played this time. But that uses up the Targaryen player's power challenges, so there's no way he's going to take a power to slow the Lannister player down. So it still leaves him at 14, since he replaced Claim with the targeted kill from Miri. So it was a little tough with Miri. You want her kill to happen earlier in the game. At the end of the game, unless it's killing a renowned character who has tons of power on him. But it's not as effective, I guess, as stealing power maybe. But she did take away a 10 strength military character that also has renown, so that's not bad. But now you just have to deal with Tywin's renown and Tyrion's stealth to possibly get some unopposed, and he can get an intrigue unopposed right now by stealthing Dany. But if there's a Dracarys in the hand of the Targaryen player, we could see Tyrion burn to the ground, and that challenge just nullify itself. Looks like he's debating a challenge with Daenerys here.
Do an injury. We'll still have Tywin.
Intrigue, stealthing Tywin. Maybe trying to bait the Tyrion into the challenge. Gaining 2 gold. The Hound is dead, though, so we don't have to worry about that 4 gold on the Laney plot card there turning into a Hound, ambushing in. So no defenders. We do have Bran out there. I keep thinking Dracarys, but we got a Bran. So there's a Frozen Solid intrigued out. And James remembers his insight, draws a card. But I mean, even if you could sack that Bran and get him off the board.
Still have to draw like a Dracarys there. Yeah. Maybe one out. Get you on the challenge there. But I guess you have Bran, so.
Might be confusing.
Bran and Treachery would get it there. But
it's just a lot of stuff.
Yeah, needed a lot. So. I think you got it. You have 13 power, right?
I have 14 actually. Because you didn't steal one with that challenge.
Yeah, they just realized the Miri not stealing a power. Still leaves him at 14. It's enough to win.
He has to make a decision between killing a renowned character.
And James is just going to concede there. So it goes to Chris. That's the full win. Congrats, Chris. Goes on to the next round, obviously, and with another win on his record. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Don't forget, if you want to support the channel, hit that subscribe button here on YouTube. And if you want to donate as little as $1 a month to help me out here, make some better videos, you can go do that at patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. And I really appreciate all those who've supported on Patreon so far. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate the support. So we got more games coming up from this regional. So like I said, subscribe. And yeah, if you haven't seen it, check out our coverage from Gen Con. Thanks a lot, guys.